close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Superhero.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another week of MCRL. Here, I got no other caster with me, unfortunately. Just me today. But I know I can get a good cast going for our one game today. Only one game though, because we do have the major for Division 2 and 3 coming up tomorrow. A lot of games to be played for them, a lot of casting to be done tomorrow as well. But that only leads one game today. We have Carthage Black versus Kent State. This is a Division 1 very big match for both teams. Both teams here are currently at the bottom of their respective tier, which neither of them have won a game. Unfortunately, Kent State still has one extra game to be played, so maybe they can make a little statement there. But as of right now, both have yet to win a game, so this is going to be really big for points for both of these teams, and to keep them, above that 9th and 10th spot, as 9th and 10th do not make LAN, unfortunately. So this is very big for both teams. I'm excited to see who would actually, put in enough work and get a win today. Both teams are very, very good. Kent State has Gavalanche. He is I believe, the second highest rated player in the league. I think there are 2 players, maybe 3 players over 2K MMR, and he is one of them. So he's a very, very solid player. He does have Jack Knight. I don't know if they're going to be running Sauce Boss or Rival today. I know they've been trying to run it with Rival a little bit. So Rival's probably been doing pretty decent, even though he's in that sub spot. But on the other side, we have Pixlr, Flare, and Joystick. I've known them for so long. I play with Joystick in another league. Very, very good team here. Pixlr being their kind of big, their best player on their team. So we'll see what kind of work they can do. But I am ready to get this going as soon as possible. Kent State versus Carthage Black. Big game here tonight for them. That should be enough yapping for me. Let's just jump right into this. Yes, they do have Rival on the field today. Sauce Boss too. They're actually taking Jack Knight out, which is a little surprising. Not really expecting that, but kickoff does go in Kent's way here. Kent on that blue side, Carthage on that orange side. Rival getting a beat on one. Pixlr kind of opting to keep some pressure on, maybe put a shot on net, but Sauce Boss just kind of sit back waiting for that one. Does get a bump on Joystick, but Joystick does get a beat. A lot of pressure already right off the bat as Flare just misses on open net. Absolutely unfortunate from him here. Not able to collide that one, but the game just started plenty of time here as Flare tries to keep that one in. Pixlr with an unfortunate miss. Gavalanche does get really beat out by Flare though, but doesn't lead to much as it was a good enough force for Rival here. Flare getting beat out by Gavalanche. Joystick with an awkward touch here. Does not get a touch on that, but does get a beat on the potential last man. Rival having to scramble back. Does get a touch on that ball and keeps the pressure on this orange half here for just another second. Starting off here. Kind of both teams able to just kind of bang the ball into the other half over and over again. Not a lot of people kind of meeting in the middle, trying to force more 50s. Just a lot of hitting the ball downfield, trying to keep as much pressure on as possible. As Gavalanche does get a beat, Pixler not able to collide with that one. Does stay on the backboard though, very smart from him to be able to get one more touch on the ball. Joystick happened to get back there. Get a touch past one, past two potentially, but Rival just opting to win the boost instead. Sauceboss just unfortunately taking that off his opponent, or off his teammate's car, rather. And a bump in the back end gives Pixler an opportunity here. Not able to put that one in the back net, but Joystick with an open net does take that one, does put that one on net, putting them up 1-0. Very unfortunate. I'm not sure what was going on there with Sauceboss and, you know, kind of hitting that ball away from his teammate's control. But probably just a little bit of a miscommunication. Sauceboss thought he had a free ball. Unfortunately, does get it taken away from him. This team, this Kent State team, definitely needs to put a little bit more quality shots on net, as they haven't been able to really do so in this 2 minutes starting off. Definitely could be a big warm-up for both teams though, as kind of looks just a little sloppy. It'll probably look better and better as we keep going. Flair taking this one up in the air. No challengers yet. Gavalanche does try to get there, but just cannot reach it. Gavalanche with absolutely no help in the back end. Not able to put a hand up in time. Flair just dribbles that right over him. Half the game gone, and this has looked very much in Carthage's favor so far. Good win from Gavalanche. Rival tries to keep some pressure on Gavalanche, not able to get any sort of connection with that. Gavalanche in this corner, not able to get anything as Joystick cuts that one off immediately. Rival given a ball by Sauceboss, but immediately dunked now and could be in. Gavalanche though, able to clear that one wide, but this pressure is still on from this Carthage team. They're just not able to clear it out ever. It just seems like, you know, Gavalanche, as good as he is, it's just so hard to do as much as he can when the team is not moving as fast as he would want it to. And you can tell it's definitely breaking the team up here. Just constantly on defense, this Carthage team, so much pressure so far, just not giving any space. Finally though, as I'm saying that, we have some space for Sauceboss here. The flip reset, not quite past one. Flair does collect this one. Does get a bump on Rival as well. Gavalanche cutting that one off immediately, but not able to get any boost. Joystick with enough boost on this backward tries to go for a ceiling pinch. Gavalanche able to cut that one off as Pixler with some time in the air here tries to get past one, but Rival reads that very, very well. Sauceboss needing a big clear here. Not quite where he wants it though, and Gavalanche just so awkward for that one. Gavalanche collecting this ball though. Does get a good pinch out, but as I've been saying, this as much as this Kent State team has been able to just like kind of hit the ball out, they can't quite get it out enough over enough Carthage players to actually like regain a little bit of that pressure that they need so much here, as they are down with a minute left. 2 goals to be made here for Carthage still. Or for Kent State rather. Carthage does not need 2 goals, but they do try to put another one back. Not able to though, as that one hits the crossbar. Kind of a little bit of an open opportunity here. Sauceboss just getting beat out by Pixler. Gavalanche though, able to get a double with a potential shot from Rival, not able to get there, but Sauceboss with enough time tries to force a 50 from Joystick, but Joystick with a demo is able to clear up a little bit of space for this Carthage team. Gavalanche getting beat out as Pixler puts one in the corner, almost gets the double, and Sauceboss able to get a good enough clear out, but Joystick is going to beat him to this. Not a good enough touch from him though, as Sauceboss, unfortunately too awkward for this ball, not able to put anything anywhere towards the net, and Rival just so beat out. Puts Kent in such a precarious situation, but Gavalanche with a potential shot, not able to get a powerful enough one, as that one just hits his wheels, and this one is going to fall down. Rival not letting Pixler put that one in. Unfortunately, not looking super good off the bat for Kent State. Just not playing fast enough yet. But they did have a decent bit of pressure. They didn't have as much pressure as Carthage did that whole game, but they still forced Joystick to make 5 saves. They force one out of each of Pixlr and Flare. They're putting shots somewhere near. It's just every single one of their shots has been saved. 7 for 7 were saved. And that kind of begs the question, what kind of shots are they putting on net? I feel like for the most part, it hasn't really seemed super super quality shots. They aren't putting anything on enough that's really forcing Carthage's hand. And that's kind of their big issue, I feel, with their offense. Their defense was not too bad that whole game. They had a lot of saves. They were keeping the ball out as much as they could, even when they were low on boost. So I just wonder if maybe they just need a little bit better offense here. Try to get some goals, force Carthage's hand, and maybe try to get back into the series here. But they are only down 1-0. Plenty of time here. Plenty of games left that could be played. We'll see if they change something up. Try to make something happen here. Avalanche with the free ball off the wall here. Does get a reset. Musty getting fancy with it. Does waterfall down. And Sauceboss with a shot on net. Just barely not able to get in. But another shot comes in from Rival. And immediately you are seeing that pressure. Kent State so awkward for Carthage. Just in that post. Not able to connect with that one. And finally we see a quality shot out of both, you know, I mean, Gavalanche's wasn't even really a shot. It was just a beautiful beat on two, and then a quality shot out of Rival. Finally put one in the back of the net. But do have 4 minutes 40 seconds left to try to hold this lead or maybe even make it larger. We'll see if Flare has anything to say about that, though. Does get blocked out by Rival. Pixlr puts one to the middle, not able to be read by Sauceboss, but shot not on net. Underneath Gavalanche that ball goes, but Rival was there to kind of collect that ball. Flare might turn on this, but does get demoed. Very crucial demo from Gavalanche there. Not letting Flare get to that ball first. And now Rival. Just get one touch. Kind of lets the opponent hit it back into him, but he just unfortunately flubs that one. Gavalanche able to bail him out though. That ball does get beat into the blue corner here. Rival not able to get there. Pixlr putting one to the backboard, but Sauceboss there on the backboard with 0. Flare just trying to cut this one off, try to keep a little bit more pressure on. Sauceboss making it so awkward, and Gavalanche on 0 boost. Having to make an awkward save here, but does have enough time to collect this boost. And now Gavalanche trying to do it himself. Sauceboss needs to not get beat too hard as that one's in the net, but Rival able to dive and get the save there. Pixlr does get beat out. Rival does get another good 50. Now Gavalanche trying to just take control of the ball. But as much as I hate to say it, it seems like Gavalanche hasn't been able to take as much control of the ball as he's wanted to. And you know, with as good of a player as Gavalanche is, he needs to be able to find and make that space. And his teammates need to help him make that happen. And unfortunately, at least in this latter minute, has not been able to happen. But 1-1 here. Trying to go for a really, really aggressive kickoff strat there. Gavalanche trying to drive through the play. Does get double demoed, and a pass finally comes out here from Sauceboss. Absolutely love to see the passing plays come out. Flare, though. Enough boost to make a reset. Nothing threatening, though, as Sauceboss puts this one up. Unfortunately, Gavalanche having to go for that corner boost instead of follow up on that ball. Does give Pixlr enough time to get the beat, but Rival. Oh my goodness, Pixlr landing on that one, able to put that one in the middle, but nobody was expecting that one. Not able to convert on that one, and Gavalanche getting beat here. Really good opportunity for Flare here to get a double, as he does have it on net, and Sauceboss just not able to get a read on that. Just so awkward. Flare with a beautiful angle. Puts that one just enough in, as Sauceboss could not get to it. I definitely want to see what Kent did that minute, you know, or that first 30 seconds of the second game, and Flare with an absolutely disgusting flip reset. Flare is showing out his mechs, and he is showing them well. Definitely a big flip from ranked session. That's the small Flare and I had. Oh, those who know about that. A Flare showing his mechanics though very, very well. Gavalanche in a tough spot here, trying to almost get bumped there, but was able to recover that one well. Sauceboss with time opts to try to put one up for Gavalanche. Does put another backward rival, unfortunately missing that one does put his team in a very bad spot, but Gavalanche able to cut that one off quickly. No one from this blue team able to pressure that right away as Rival's getting bumped in the back end. Sauceboss trying to just rotate back as fast as he can, does get a good beat here. And Joystick with a big backflip does give Kent State enough time to potentially make a play here. And that one could be pinched into the top corner of the net. Absolutely unfortunate play from Joystick here as Sauceboss cuts that one off. Giving his team a little bit more breathing room potentially, but they still need to make up one more here. 2 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Rival getting a goal here with the aggressive kickoff. Just driving through as that's cheat. Immediately puts them back in this. And I do like that though, because I feel like Carthage has had such an easy time on offense just putting so much pressure on this Kent State team that maybe just being able to get those kickoff goals will be very beneficial for them in the long run here. Maybe that'll be their best opportunities for goals, as we can see. That does mean though, after this kickoff, they do need to hold the line as much as they can, maybe get one more goal to secure a victory here. As Gavalanche putting one the long way. Joystick able to get a good dunk. Pixlr kind of awkward here though, opting to leave it for Flare, going for a sidewall read, not able to connect with that one. Pixlr though, so quick to that ball as Gavalanche. Getting a decent 50 here. Flare was ready for it though. Sauceboss in a 1v1 here. Flare trying to get that dunk, but Sauceboss just standing tall. Able to get that block there as Pixlr. Not able to do much with that ball, unfortunately. Gets shut down very quickly. Gavalanche though, getting bumped. He needs to get back as quick as he can, help his team out here. Rival able to put one to the corner. Good bounce for him, but Flare was up so quickly for that. And Pixlr kind of put one on net. Gavalanche just sitting low, ready for that. And Gavalanche playing that just super safe play style of just kind of letting the opponents hit it as he sits back and waits. Gets an easy save, easy possession of the ball every time. But one thing about that is he cannot be getting dunked like that. Because if you do, your team is cooked. Very, very unfortunate. Great pinch from Flare. Giving Joystick free net here. Rival, unfortunately, not able to get to that ball in time. Carthage up 1 again, but this is the closest game we have had out of the 2 so far. Kent State looking pretty good. I feel like they've just had so many flashes of brilliance where they just do so much so good for such a short amount of time, but they just cannot do that enough. That is what has put Carthage ahead of this entire series. A great shot coming out here from Flare, but Gavalanche able to get that save, putting one to the middle for Sauceboss, able to put a bouncer on towards net, and Joystick is just too awkward, not sure if that one was in or not. And unfortunately couldn't read that one. And a beautiful passing play coming out, little bouncer into that top corner, and these top corner shots from Sauceboss. As I've said, they just need these really good quality shots, and they've seemed so awkward both times, but I mean, they're top corner either way, and they're good enough for both teams. You know, good enough for this Kent State team to put a shot on, put one in, doesn't matter how slow it is. And here we have 3 seconds left on the clock. Potential shot coming out here from Pixlr as Rival able to clear that one out. Flare though, keeping this ball up. Pixlr is there, but not enough boost. Sauceboss cuts that one off, and we need Gavalanche up so quickly. He gets faked out, and this one is going to fall to the ground very quickly here. Kickoff does go in favor of Kent State here as they're able to collect that ball in the corner. Gavalanche beating 1, beating 2, but Joystick sitting back, waiting for that second beat there. Sauceboss not able to get as good of a touch as he wants, but is able to follow up on it well. And Gavalanche just waiting there in the middle. Rival trying to play as quick as he can to that. Sauceboss needed to make an awkward save right to Pixlr. He does get a save off the backboard, but unfortunately not able to get there, but right off the backboard as Joystick with an unfortunate crossbar hit here. A demo comes out from Rival. Flare last back, able to get a save here. But Gavalanche with another demo, and these demos are so detrimental to this Carthage team, giving enough time for this Kent State team to kind of put on enough pressure, and a good beat here leaves the net open. Rival able to put one in the back of the net. Finally, Kent State sees some sort of semblance of victory here. 1-1 in the series. And this is what I want to see out of these two teams right now. Absolutely beautiful game out of Kent State there. Now that they've kind of got the flow of offense down, I almost want to see a little bit stronger midfield presence. Because it's one thing, you know, they're playing defensively decent. You know, they're getting the saves they need, but they're just letting up so much pressure, and Carthage is just constantly able to hit the ball towards that net. And one way you stop that is just being able to follow up quicker as like a second man on midfield, and not letting the opponents have so much time with the ball. But I mean, if they're winning, not much you really need to change up. So we'll see if Carthage can come back from this deficit here, as it is 1-1 in the series. Carthage, in my opinion, has looked a lot better so far. Yeah, just a lot of saves from Kent State. 9 saves to, I believe it was 2. You got to take it one step at a time, as I said. They started off with poor shooting, they fixed that, and now they just got to get that midfield presence to kind of save themselves on their back half. Sauce Boss trying to take a play up, does opt to pass the ball to Rival. Rival not quite ready for that one, unfortunately. Sauce Boss unfortunately pitching this one back. Avalanche needing to pinch this one up. Does get beat out by Flair, but there's no really pressure from this Carthage team yet. Joystick does capitalize off a miss though. 50 off a flip reset here, and Pixlr with a potential shot here. Avalanche very quickly. Sauceboss with a beautiful demo here, actually kind of opening up the net here. Could be a potential open net, but no, Avalanche just misflips. Not able to get one towards the net, but I do not know how that worked out for him so well. But this, he had a potential shot there. Opts to 50 it beautifully for Sauceboss. And as I was saying, that second man was there this time, able to capitalize on that, get a goal, and this Kent State team is looking better little by little. Very scary for Carthage. You know, just losing a game and the other team is still getting better as they're playing. But still 4 minutes on the clock here. Joystick with a potential pop here. Really awkward for Avalanche as he's on 0. Flair just needs to put a shot on net. Does put one well enough, but Sauceboss, excuse me, able to dive in and save that one. Rival also able to dive in and save another one. But this pressure is just constantly on them as shots are railing towards the backboard. Avalanche getting a good beat and a good boost win. I mean, Pixlr though, just immediately, even on 0 boost, turning as that first man, not giving Avalanche the space. Rival. He's gonna beat on 1 as Pixlr just opts to try to take the boost over the ball there. Does work out for him though, as Joystick able to put that one down the field. Pixlr not able to get anything out of that though, and Flair does fake past 1. Avalanche just waiting that backboard though. And that's one thing you'll see out of very high-ranked players is that backboard presence is just so strong. You know, at being able to cover that backboard is so good because, you know, teams will take advantage of that and will just constantly hit your backboard until they can get an easy shot on you. And even if they aren't putting shots backboard, if they put them towards net, if you're on backboard, you'll very easily usually be able to get a save. It's just such a good defensive position to be in. Avalanche knows how to use that well. I've seen it from Sauceboss a few times too. Sauceboss has been good about being on that backboard when he needs to, bailing his teammates out when he needs to as well. And that has kind of led them to a really good spot in this series so far. Avalanche cutting that one off quick. Flair trying to make a play here. Let's get 50 to out though. Sauceboss with a double off the sidewall here. Rival needed to cut in on 0 boost. Does get a touch. Does not go for that midfield, but instead pops it mid for Avalanche. Awkward read for Joystick. Does get saved by Flair though. Joystick on this backboard. Trying to take as much time as he can. And as we're talking about backboard as well, you know, Joystick is on a team with me in another league, and I feel like that's one thing Joystick has been so good about this the entire season is just being on that backboard and covering that. One of his strong suits for sure, and he is showing that today. But is it going to be enough though? This Carthage team needs to start putting some shots on net here. Shots are somewhat even from both teams so far. Pixlr though, Able to put one middle, potential shot here, immediately cut off by Gavalanche. Rival, really get one beat, kind of leaving Sauceboss in a weird position here, having to dive for that. Flare on 0 boost, able to beat 2. Big pinch from Rival though. Kind of giving us time for his team. Joystick trying to make a solo play here. Gavalanche immediately shutting that one down, leaving the ball for Rival to come in as he has 0 boost. Sauceboss with a potential opportunity here. Flare though, able to clear that one off to the side. Gavalanche is trying to keep pressure on. Rival putting one towards the middle, but unfortunately no one from that Kent State team able to turn in on that, which probably good for them, as all they need to do is kind of hold the line. They just cannot let this Carthage team score, as there's an opportunity, and another miss from Carthage, and Joystick finally able to put one in the back of the net. So many shots, and just so awkward the whole time. As Pixlr leaving that one for Joystick. Would have been so bad if Joystick missed that one, as he was last backed up for that, but no need to worry as he puts that one back in the net. Gavalanche on this kickoff though, potentially in the net. Unfortunately, just a little wide for him. Trying to go for these passing plays, but this Carthage team has been able to cut them off so quickly. Good beat here from Joystick, as Gavalanche and Pixlr trade here. Flare trying to put one middle. Rival and Gavalanche both up, leaving Sauceboss in such a precarious situation. Joystick not able to put a decent enough shot on net, and a bump comes out, saving Kent State here, but Flare just keeping this in, and just not enough boost from this Kent State team. Kent State needs to just get a super large clear out of this field. This could be the opportunity to clear it as it is, but Pixlr sitting back enough to try to keep this one in. Still enough pressure here. Flip reset towards the middle, pops it over the pre-jump for Flare, as Joystick is left back alone for just a second. Gavalanche trying to make something happen from this ball. Tries to go for the fake. Unfortunately, no one there from that Kent State team able to keep that ball up. We see overtime once again. Need to catch my breath for a second here from how much yapping I'm doing. As we see in this overtime, Carthage with the pressure lead again, just so many shots. And a bump potentially comes out here. Flare able to put that one onto the back of the net. See a win from Carthage here. Unfortunately, just not a quick enough follow-up from Rival there. And not a quick enough rotate from Gav, leaves their net open. And now Kent need to fight for their life here, if they want a chance to get their only win so far of the season. I'm gonna just ready up and keep this one going. Try to save my voice as much as I can here. Kent State need to fight as much as they can in this next game. No mistakes can happen, as a kickoff goes in favor of Carthage here. Sauceboss just giving the ball away, and that's one thing I want to see more out of him, is just being able to control that ball, as he's been so good on defense, but his offense has just been lacking a little bit. He's just been kind of hitting the ball away. And here, Flare with a potential shot here is wide again, and this Carthage team has hit the post so much this series, it seems. But it hasn't mattered because they've had so many shots to make up for it. Rival getting beat out here by Flare. Pixlr kind of faking this ball. Joystick not quite ready for it. Is able to get a shot though with enough time. There's Demo Sauceboss as well. Gavalanche though, trying to put this one mid. A potential shot from Rival gets cut off by Flare. At Sauceboss, needing to make any play he can past one. Does not get the beats, but Gav able to put one mid. Good demo from Sauceboss comes out. Rival not able to get a shot on net though. Sauceboss and needing to scramble back and cut this one off, but cannot, and he almost gets in the way of a potential pinch in net. Does go in favor of Ken here though, as Carthage immediately, oh my goodness, Flare saves his own shot, giving Carthage, or Kent State another life here. Oh my goodness. Kent State is just barely hanging in this by a thread. But another shot on net is just too awkward for Sauce Boss. And Joystick, able to put that one on net. I mean, just when you're shooting as much as Carthage is, it's bound to go in at some point. As we can see, it has worked for them 2 out of the 3 games so far. And they are trying to make a statement, try to say, it does not matter if we're missing shots. We're gonna keep shooting. It's gonna go in the back of the net. That is exactly what they've shown so far. Another beat here from Pixlr. Flare, oh my goodness! Another beautiful shot from Flare. That one actually was not in originally from Pixlr's attempt here. Flare actually putting that one in the net. That is an absolutely insane touch. They are definitely, as I said, making a statement here. Kent needs to just get any semblance of any shots here, as they just give away another ball. And Avalanche having to scramble back on 0 boost. Able to collect that corner though, and Rival needing to get it clear out. And you could see Avalanche just kind of cherry picking downfield. I mean, at this point he just needs to. If he wants a chance to get a shot, he needs to hope his team can make a good defensive clear and he can just be there for a shot. Exactly what he's doing, but has not worked out yet. Avalanche trying to pre-jump there as Flare, instead of putting it backboard, just shoots the ball. 3-0 in this game. It's looking even more bleak for Kent State here. Still half the game left to be had. Still going for those quick kickoffs, but it seems like Carthage has kind of adjusted for them. Not letting them just get a free shot off the kickoff. Sauce Boss able to get it clear here, but a pass toward the middle leaves the net open here. Joystick able to connect with that one very well. And these touches just have not been good enough from this Kent State team. Not keeping it close enough, unfortunately. Leading to a lot of easy goals from Carthage. This one is looking so bleak for Kent State. And now I feel like Carthage is just kind of having fun with it. Going for some very interesting, questionable plays on offense. A lot of pre-jumps. But you're up 4-0 with half the game left. You can start having a little bit of fun with it. Rival left alone here. Pixlr going for a flick. Rival able to get that save barely. Pixlr, though, keeping the pressure on, going for a 50. Sauce Boss able to connect to that one, though. As Avalanche gets a beat on their potential last year, with Pixlr just rushing back, able to connect with this ball here. Trying to get a beat on one, does get a beat. Sauce Boss, though, able to get there. Rival, unfortunately, falling down, not able to get to that ball quick enough before Carthage is able to cut that one off. And just not enough plays happening from this Kent State team yet. There's a chance though as the pass comes out. Absolutely beautiful pass. Exactly what Kent State needs to be able to stay in this game here. Still 3 more to be had though. And as we've seen from their kickoffs, maybe this is an opportunity for them. Almost, as he puts it towards the corner, but still can get a beat on one. Avalanche with a shot on, not on net. Avalanche needs to shoot that one on net if he wants a chance to get back in this game. But Sauce Boss able to cut that one off. Rival needs to turn and get a play on this ball, trying to pull him backboard. Flare not able to connect with that. Avalanche up for a shot. Joystick able to get a save here, as Sauce Boss trying to keep pressure on, but a really beautiful dunk from Joystick does give his team an opportunity to breathe here. Sauce Boss able to cut this one off really quickly. Puts one towards Pixlr, does get a beat, but Joystick off his own back end here, able to get a bump on one. Avalanche trying to scramble back, does get a really good play, and that's gonna be an open net for Kent. And they seem like they might have a chance to get back in this game, as an overcommit from Flare leaves the net open. Seems like this Carthage team is getting just a little bit too happy, too giddy here. unfortunately giving up 2 goals here. Pass back from Joystick here, just not letting Kent State have the ball. Sauceboss able to cut that one off. Giving Gav a potential ball here to go for. Does get beat out though, it's just too awkward for him, and a bad touch here. Pixar almost saving the ball, but probably laughing to himself for that goal steal. That one could be the nail in the coffin. It looked like Kent State was potentially going to come back in this game, but fortunately, that 3-goal deficit with 30 seconds left is just so tough to come back from. But they could potentially do it. Sauceboss not able to get there in time. And that one, oh, they've had so many opportunities to just get back into this game, and unfortunately not able to connect with them. And definitely will be a good replay review if you are Kent State to look over what went wrong, because they had so many chances to get back in this. Felt like this definitely could have been a game 5 for Kent State, but unfortunately today they are going to get shut down in 4. This one will be over. Really good offensive plan from Carthage the entire series. But Kent State just want one more, they do not care. And that will be GG's. Really good series out of Carthage, but Kent State sort of starting to fight back at the end there. Maybe they just had a little bit more time, they could have come back. But that will be it for that series today. Unfortunately, because of the major, like I said, there will be no other streamed matches today. But we will be feeding you guys tomorrow with 4 streamed matches, which will be very fun for us. We got a lot of Carthage guys in the booth tomorrow because pretty much all the Carthage teams except for one are Division 1 teams, so they do not have anything going on tomorrow. So they will be here to cast for us. Appreciate them a lot for being available. And but before we go, I should probably talk over the major a little bit. So the major is going to be a single elimination bracket. Division 2 and Division 3 each have their own brackets to play in. And basically how it works is we're originally going to do just a point system of, you know, if you get to this round, you get this many points, but we decided to go with just you get as many points as you get as it would be in the regular season. 1 point per game win, and 2 extra points per series win for up to 5 points per game in a best of 5, for up to 6 points in a best of 7. So that's what's going to be going on tomorrow. We'll be having a lot of games. Starting at 6 o'clock, we'll have a streamed game. 7 o'clock will be the next one. 7:30 we'll be showing the finals, and then 8:30 we'll be showing the finals as well. Division 3 at 7:30, Division 2 at 8:30. So I hope to see a lot of you guys there tomorrow. That will be it for today, and I appreciate you for sticking through. We will get this downloaded this VOD downloaded so we can get that on our YouTube channel, which I will be sending a link to very soon in the server. So I appreciate you guys for being here, and that will be it for us today. Bye bye.
Can I be your superhero?